Hi, I'm Conan Lee. I will be attending the Meet Your Stars martial art movie.
Lee Yuan Ba, born in 1959, is an American film actor and martial artist, originally from Hong Kong. Conan Lee was born in Hong Kong, but raised in Queens, New York, under the name Lloyd Hutchinson. During his childhood, he learned self-defense methods taught by his father. Over the years, Lee explored a variety of both Western and Chinese martial arts, including boxing, kung fu, taekwondo and karate. He excelled in the styles of Northern Shaolin and Wing Chun, and eventually developed his own style called realistic fist. In the 1980s, the kung fu film industry in Hong Kong experienced its golden age. During this period, a generation of kung fu actors born in the 1950s emerged, such as Jackie Chan, Sammo Hung, Yuan Biao, Lee Yuan Ba, Lam Qingying, Billy Chow and Lu Huiguang. Some of these actors became kung fu superstars. Lee Yuan Ba, then in his early 20s, gained much media and industry attention for his leading roles in the films Dragon Ninja and the Tiger Revival series. The box office of Dragon Ninja even surpassed that of Master Dragon, starring Jackie Chan. The media at the time predicted that the martial arts master discovered by the United States will surely become a new idol in the film industry. Lee Yuan Ba was born in Hong Kong. Later, he moved to the United States with his family, where he lived for almost 20 years, from childhood to youth. During this time, he excelled academically and lived happily. His father, who was also his only teacher, introduced him to martial arts and was his guide in kung fu. At the age of 8, Lee Yuan Ba dreamed of starring in a kung fu movie. He has seen all of Bruce Lee's movies, more than twice. The film Ninja in the Dragon's Den, starring Lee Yuan Ba and Japanese star Hiroyuki Sanada, combines martial arts with stilt skills, offering dangerous twists, turns and intense battles, all integrated into an Asian story. Thanks to low-cost labor, the production was easily promoted, achieving a box office of approximately 10 million Hong Kong dollars in this market. Hiroyuki Sanada became well known in Asian cinema through Lee Yuan Ba, who was described by the media as the most powerful secret weapon in kung fu films. Due to excellent reviews in Japan, Ninja in the Dragon's Den impacted the Asian film market, catapulting Lee Yuan Ba to fame. At the time, the media described it as a transnational film that burst onto the world cinema scene, causing a sensation at the Cannes Film Festival and breaking box office records. This happened in 1982.
龙之忍者, Ninja in the Dragon's Den, 1982.
Uh-oh, he's calling up a demon. Long Keat, watch out!
Five years later, Lee Yuan Ba and Chow Yun-fat starred together in the movie Tiger on the Beat, achieving another success. A characteristic film style was established that represented the society of the police station: two policemen, one versed in literature and the other in martial arts, one handsome and strong, and the other honest and brave. Many of Jackie Chan's movies about police have continued to use this type of characters, with individuals who are funny, wise, and sometimes clumsy in fights.
老虎出更, Tiger on the Beat 1988.
你襲警！
Character forges destiny. This statement is especially true for actor Lee Yuan Ba. Having grown up in the United States, Lee has a frank and direct personality, which can sometimes be unintentionally offensive. He was the producer's favorite and the director praised his youth and abilities, mentioning that he had the potential to be as famous as Jackie Chan, or even surpass him. Although Lee Yuan Ba is direct, he is also a principled person with a strong sense of duty. During filming, no matter how hard or exhausting it was, he never complained. At that time, the martial arts culture in the Hong Kong film and television industry was not the best, and many action actors had xenophobic attitudes. Sometimes during the fight scenes with Lee Yuan Ba, they deliberately applied strong blows to make things difficult for him. However, Lee remained silent and acted real, accepting any challenge. After a few scenes, he was covered in scars, but everyone appreciated his humility and patience. Lee Yuan Ba's success in the martial arts and film industries was the fruit of his hard work and perseverance. After becoming an action star, he set the record for the highest-grossing debut by a first-time action actor in the 1980s. A few years later, he mysteriously left the film industry. Although he had a promising future, he voluntarily gave up fame and fortune, which generated numerous rumors. It was said that Lee Yuan Ba went to the underworld and beat the producer, did not fulfill the contract and was banned, and even broke the contract, broke the law and fled to the United States, among others. At his friends' comments, he simply smiled and said, "They think too much of me. I returned to Hong Kong from the United States to make movies. I don't even speak Mandarin well. Who in the underworld knows who I am? They listen to me. Who do you believe it?" However, there were always those who posted false statements on the internet, mixing them with the introduction of the movie Dragon Ninja to confuse and sow discord, making it difficult for Lee Yuan Ba to return to the movies. Recently, he decided to clarify the matter in the media and hire a lawyer to defend his rights after being defamed on the internet. He wants to give an explanation to his mother in heaven and to movie buffs, as well as old and new friends from that time. The movie, I Love Mom, tells the story of Lee Yuan Ba's mother, who accompanied him after his father's early death. Played by Su Fan, her mother suffers from a serious illness that brings her close to death. Lee Yuan Ba faces a difficult decision: should he abandon his mother and continue filming action movies, or should he dedicate all his time to her? Ultimately, he chooses to stay with his mother, angering some filmmakers. For many years, he was at her side, helping her change and bathing her daily. With the support of nutritionist Dr. P, played by Eric Roberts, Lee Yuan Ba learned about vitamins and minerals, and applied this knowledge to his mother's diet. Combining medical tests, a nutritional plan, and her prayers, her mother miraculously lived 17 more years. Before he died, his last words were, "Go back and make movies." The film was so moving that it won the Special Achievement Award at the Hollywood International Film Awards for its screenplay based on a true story.
你冇事嘛？我冇事。冚家產啊！你咪走啊！
Dongfeng 老虎 The Cypress Tigers 1990.
我未翻個電話翻嚟啊！你哋夠膽嚟我呢度搞家陣？你幫我去差館。如果你想，
太阳之子 Prince of the Sun 1990.
Concentrate and I'll help you out.
Master，
That's right.
We unite and we got the strength of 2 men.
Watch out.
Master!
女孩吓到 Angry Sea and Good Pirates 1993.
宝仔，现在唯一的办法。Chinese Kung Fu?
On February 10, 1996, Lee Yuan Ba participated in the action film Police Story 4, Simple Mission, starring Jackie Chan and Dong Piao, which premiered in Hong Kong, China. That same year, the action film Carjack was released in the United States, written, directed by and starring Lee Yuan Ba in the role of Lee. In 2005, Lee Yuan Ba acted in the American thriller television series, Numbers Season 1, starring Rob Morrow, David Krumholtz and others. In 2007, the action film Lady Samurai, starring Lee Yuan Ba was released in the United States. Due to the death of his mother, Lee Yuan Ba made a film about his experience living with his mother and son, hiring Su Fan, Feng Xiaojiang's wife, to play his mother. Lee wrote, directed, and acted in this comeback drama. In 2019, the feature film MMA, written, directed and produced by Lee Yuan Ba, in which he also participated, was broadcast in the United States. Lee Yuan Ba's father died at the age of 39 due to illness, leaving his mother to raise 3 sons and a daughter. His father was an excellent boxer, a Shanghai boxing champion, of Chinese English descent. His grandfather was an international lawyer. Every time he returns to Hong Kong, he visits the Happy Valley Cemetery to pay tribute to his grandfather. Lee Yuan Ba began learning Kung Fu from his father at the age of 6. His father told him, "You are too young to learn to box. You must learn to hit people so they can't get up." When he was 5 years old, his father already knew that he was sick. He told his son, "I'm going to die. You have to take good care of me." During his years in the film industry, Lee Yuan Ba demonstrated great skill, participating in 10 films without using stunt doubles. He rose quickly, becoming the most internationally recognized martial arts star after Jackie Chan. However, a call from her family in the United States informed her that her mother was suffering from dermatosclerosis, a disease that had left her in critical condition and she had only a few months to live. Lee Yuan Ba left his career and hurriedly returned to the United States. He thought that his mother had no hope of surviving, so he prepared to organize her funeral. However, in his heart, he maintained a spark of hope. He prayed day and night for his mother's salvation. Through a friend, he was introduced to an expert in nutrition and natural therapy. Although there was a delay in communication, they finally contacted each other and found a natural method to treat their mother's illness. Following his father's advice, Lee Yuan Ba cared for his mother devotedly, not only out of filial duty, but out of the great love he felt for her.
I'm really not just filial, I love my mother very much. When my parents came to Hong Kong from Shanghai, they already had 3 children. When I became pregnant with their 4th child, my father asked my mother to have an abortion, but she couldn't. She went to the hospital, and then came home pretending that she had lost the baby. My father noticed that her belly was still growing, and realized that he had been lied to.
For Lee, his mother is the best woman. He never hit him or scolded him and always responded to his requests, while his father was very strict. Lee Yuan Ba's family is like a mix of cultures. His mother is of Japanese and Korean ancestry, his father is of mixed Chinese-English ancestry, his grandfather is fully British, his paternal grandmother is Chinese, his father-in-law is Korean, and his maternal grandmother is Japanese. Thus, Lee Yuan Ba has Chinese, English, Japanese and Korean ancestry. When her mother fell ill, Lee Yuan Ba returned to the United States and spent a week crying until she found a naturopathic doctor. This doctor told him, "Believe it or not, it can be cured. However, it will be very difficult for you, and your mother must cooperate. There are 3 important things: preventing a stroke, cleaning the blood, and detoxifying the body." To save his mother, Lee Yuan Ba was willing to do whatever it took. He learned water, blood and oxygen therapies from a nutrition expert. Lee's mother was weakened and without strength. First, Lee cleaned his intestines and stomach, discovering a lump in his intestines. The stool was the size of a fist, dark green, very hard and smelly. Lee Yuan Ba used water to clean his intestines, managing to dissolve the accumulated feces and expel them, which provided great relief to his mother.
My mother has no teeth and cannot eat or swallow anything. I give him injections and nutrients daily. I also use ozone to regenerate your cells. At the same time, I need to turn on a fan to blow excess ozone out of the room, and prevent it from remaining there. Additionally, I use a steam machine to open your pores. My mother is incontinent and my daily task is to change her diapers. At the time, I weighed just over 70 pounds and was very thin. 5 years later, he had gained quite a bit of weight. For me, the most difficult thing was bathing my mother. I didn't look at her body because I didn't want her to feel embarrassed. And I felt uncomfortable too. I told her that it didn't matter, that I would wash it quickly. The diaper caused inflammation in her vagina, but she still cleaned it. Sometimes I couldn't even urinate. Little by little, with the help of a wheelchair, he was able to get up. Under my unconditional care, my mother became healthier and regained her energy. He was even able to get out of bed and walk around a bit. Everything was going well until an accident happened. My sister gave him glutinous rice dumplings, but he couldn't swallow them, causing a blood vessel to burst in his brain. This was my biggest regret. The first 3 years were the hardest, as I often had to take my mother to the hospital for emergency treatment and call 911. Later, I did it so often that I didn't even call the emergency room. I just took her there same to the emergency department every time. Just carrying her to the car was already a big problem. I had to do it very carefully because she was very thin and could break her bones easily. I didn't let anyone else touch her. I used my strength to hold her. The illness was so difficult that my mother told me more than once, "Why don't you go away?" When a blood vessel ruptured, he was in a coma for 6 months before passing away. Still, I kept talking to her, and used a special suction brush to take care of her. Looking back on the last 17 years, I have no regrets about abandoning my film career in its prime. I even feel that it was worth it. I had the opportunity to spend time with my mother day and night. Nothing is more important than her. I wouldn't hesitate to leave everything for her.
In recent years, Lee Yuan Ba has been preparing to film numerous film and television dramas in the United States, Hong Kong, and mainland China, including the series, Dad is a Detective 1. Additionally, he has been invited to participate in charity events and film public service announcements. Lee Yuan Ba's work and life are well organized, and his enthusiasm remains as strong as ever. He will continue to do more film and television projects, fulfilling his dreams and his mother's wishes, and facing everything with a tolerant and loving attitude towards the world. Lee Yuan Ba, owner of the American film and television production company Lee Yuan Ba, signed a contract with Pearl River Film Studio to co-produce a film. This collaboration is based on the division of funds and the sharing of risks and benefits. In 2015, he visited Taiyuan in Shaanxi province and signed an agreement with local Hentail Group.